I'm always the one to
Always the one.
do the feedback.
Right.
I can't blame it on Chris this week.
I know Chris is celebrating his birthday.
I know.
So
I'm always the
I
one.
like
Oh my gosh. See? I just did it.
All right, so
Whatever.
we're starting in 10, 9, 8,
Just go.
7, 6, 5. Just go. 4,
Ready or
3,
not.
2, 1. Here we are. I mean, it's just us two, but what's
I
up,
know.
world?
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to another show. This is the Slanted Brow Show, where we talk about life and so much more. I'm Bernard Fields,
I'm Shakina Rane.
and Chris is not here because he is celebrating his birthday. So,
Doing
shout out to
grown
him.
stuff. Happy birthday,
I
Chris.
know. Happy birthday, Chris. We miss you tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
Gosh. Yeah, but we're going to hold it down and keep the show going on. It's going to be dope. So do us a favor for those who are watching. If you feel like you want to go ahead and share this live stream, please go right ahead and share it on your timeline. Tell your friends and family that we have a new talk show. Well, we're not really technically new, but we are kind of new. But we just do our thing. We talk about all types of stuff. And this week, with all the heaviness that has been going on behind us,
Oh my
Shakina
God.
Renee was like, V, we gotta lighten it up.
Yeah, we do. You gotta have some fun.
We
Reminding
gotta
people
lighten it up.
to laugh. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. Yep. So let's start it off. Let's just go ahead and get popping with what's been good.
What's
What's been
been
good?
you go first this time. You always go last.
Okay. I do, right? So what's been good for me? Um love is always good.
Ooh!
Um no, I was just saying love is always good.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
You
no,
gotta
no,
walk
no,
me
no,
into
no,
that.
nothing wrong
Whoa,
with.
wait a minute. That
Yeah.
L word is there. Woo! Hold
I
on.
know, right? That's a
Take it back.
heavy word to deal with, right?
We
But
need
yeah. Um, I would say besides love being good, um, I was able to get some more of my work out of my hair so that I can have a freed up weekend finally
mm,
to be able to just chill, you know? So I'm looking forward to just being able to not have
sanctified
to worry
chill.
about work. Yes, a
Okay.
sanctified chill, y'all. A
Okay.
sanctified chill. We ain't talking about the other chill. The other chill, I don't know nothing about that life.
You know? I don't either.
So
I mean, me either.
you was kind of you was late.
No, me either. No, really. Like,
With your
no.
eyes though, with your eyes like that's the widest I've ever seen your eyes.
No, I don't want to paint the wrong picture. I don't Netflix and chill like that. No. Mm-mm.
Right. Okay.
Yes, but so you're free this weekend to enjoy yourself, and love is great. What
Yeah.
you
Um.
dropping all kinds of
Golly.
crap?
I mean, for real, I have been so tied down with work and just trying to kind of stay on top of things. I'm just starting to realize more and more that I really kind of like I need help, like as far as editing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is a good problem,
Mm-hmm.
as being an
Oh yeah,
entrepreneur today, and you have to, as you if you don't work, you don't eat. You become that lion, like you're not going to be fed. And I'm not knocking anybody else who's going out there. You get it how you got to get it, but
yeah.
it's a whole different story from when you are the one that's on top and you are the hunter. Like you got to
Or
go out there and you got to make the kill
right,
so that not just your family can eat, but
right.
other families can eat too. And that is like a mind blowing responsibility
Oh
to
yeah,
have. So it's not for the faint of heart.
at
If
all.
you're talking about I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to have my own business. Just keep in mind you're not providing for your family. You are providing for every mouth that is underneath your
Yep,
umbrella of business. And
yep.
if you don't have a good sale month or a good week, it's not your family that's not going to eat. It's going to be hundreds of other little mouths out there looking at their parents like, how are we going to eat? You know
And
what I'm
they gonna
saying?
be on
They can't, and
your
they
door.
going
Like, yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly. So
Yep.
Yeah, that's just something to think about, just to keep it all into perspective. But I thank God that where I am right now, I'm able to provide for my daughter and give other people opportunities. Like I'm hiring more. Like like when I go out to shoot, I'm able to like call people up and be like, hey, I need help just for you to carry boxes and wires and set up lights and stuff,
Oh, that's
and that
nice.
feels good to put
Oh
money
my
in people's
God.
pockets.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it. So that's what's been good with me. What about you?
That's very good. That's very, very good. Congrats on your good problems. Like that's what's up.
Thanks.
You know what I mean?
Thanks.
'Cause
Yes,
you put
good
the leg
problems.
work in, and I'm glad. I'm happy to. I celebrate you always. So that's
Thank
awesome.
you.
So for me, like we were talking about before we came into the broadcast, like the entrepreneurial piece, excuse me, just being
Hmm.
there for every part of the process. And so for me, it's just like learning and just stewarding, the like we were saying, like when you on top and you feel like you win it, like yes, I made it, and it's like this isn't the end of the movie. The credits aren't rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just being available for every part of the process and being consistent and standing firmly on what I believe in and pushing that. The other thing that's really good is that I had a moment. So in line with that, I had a moment where I was just like, yo, like I'm ready for stuff just to blow up. I'm ready for it to whatever. But I put on my hashtag swerve and I wore it out. And this lady like literally stopped me. She was like, I love your shirt. I love that message. I love what you talking about. Like she was like, we need that. And I had just
Yeah.
my cards and I gave it to her and I was like, even if you don't shop me, just share it. And she was like, I love it. I love everything it's about. And just like that little push
Right.
was like, I'm like, yeah, what I'm saying? I got to keep going. So it's just been a week of reflection and, reaffirming my commitment to myself and what I believe about, what it is that I'm doing. But I'm excited and just, the biggest thing for me, hashtag swerve is officially 1 year old today. A year ago, I launched it.
Wow.
A year ago.
Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Yes,
Jeez.
and it was so exciting because I woke up to it because Facebook memories be all in they remind you of the stuff you want to
Hmm.
forget and the stuff you don't. So
Listen.
so it was like hashtags were one, and I just was like, man, it was just everything, and just looking at everything that me and my creative director and my fulfillment manager in Dayton and then my home base here, everything that we've been able to accomplish by the grace of God in a year, it's just been phenomenal. So just good stuff,
Yeah.
learning, being committed, staying on the grind.
Right. Right. And so, since you brought that up, what's the website so that we can go? I can put that in the comments so people can go and check
Thank
that out.
you. www.shakina.com. CHAKEYNA. Much appreciated.
Uh huh. ShakinaRenee.com.
No, just Shakina, not Shakina right now. It would have
Oh,
been
just Shakina. Oh, I'm
yep,
sorry. That would have
yep,
been
yep,
too long.
yep. My first
And
name is already like 8 letters. You know what I'm saying? You want the people just to be like, yeah, just Shakina.com.
Shakina.
www.shakina.com.
So you
Yep.
guys go out there, check that out again.
Thank you.
Celebrations to you. Congratulations to you
Thank
on
you.
a 1 year anniversary. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
man.
saying? And you're still strong,
Yep. Got
doing your
some stuff
thing.
coming out. Yep. So yeah.
Got some new stuff. That's
Yep.
dope. That's dope. And
Yep.
I love that message behind you too. Live your dream.
Yes, I keep that right there. I'm intentional about. I love words first of all because what I'm saying. I'm a communicator. I speak. I'm a life coach. All this stuff. So words, they're just everything. But I keep words in front of me that will keep me encouraged. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
live your dream. Bless this day with grace and gratitude. I just keep positivity around me because I want it in me. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. Right. That's a good thing too. That's one thing I was telling somebody the other day was because they asked me, they was like, how come you don't curse or
Mm-hmm.
cuss? And I told them, I said, because I like to have blessings around me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put curses into the atmosphere around me because that will attract negativity. You should always put out blessings, even if something wrong happens. It's like, do the best,
Mm-hmm.
to just transform your mind so that you're not putting curses out there.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
that's
I
a whole
agree.
another story. Yeah. Definitely, definitely. So, what is going on in this whole new world, Kina?
Oh,
Talk to me
if
about
my
it.
throat was clear, I'd bust that note for y'all. Whole new world. So it's just right. Go ahead, tune up, tune up. But, but for me, when we were talking about the show tonight, I was just thinking about how everything is just like changing. So, since the lockdown and stuff, everybody's been having to, get used to doing things from home. And where at one point shopping online was like optional, it's booming now because there's some people that don't want to go out because, they're afraid or, whatever the case is. And then just it's in our best interest in a lot of ways that if you don't have to go out, don't, or, guard yourself when you do. But we were just talking about how everything just seems to be gravitating towards that way. And then even with respect to how, like, if you go to the grocery store, there's a coin shortage. So instead of getting change, they're putting, like at Kroger, they put it on your Kroger Plus card. And so it's just like everything, like there's no such thing as,
What?
yeah, there's no such thing as like normal anymore. So everybody's having to adjust on the fly because things are like changing rapidly, and they can change,
Hmm.
from day to day. But the thing that I wanted to talk about was how we can thrive in the midst of all of it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at the complaints,
Yeah.
like you said, and like I said, I like to be positive about things, and it's not like I'm unrealistic. I know when there's something wrong or there's a problem, but I also am very solution based. And so I wanted to talk
Hmm.
about ways that we can thrive in this whole new world. You may not like everything, but at this point, you're either gonna get with the program or you're gonna be sitting back kind of out the loop and at a deficit, and you don't have to. There's things and information, opportunities, all types of things that are out there for people to, become more acclimated to how the world is shifting. So that's what I
Gotcha.
want to talk
Cool.
about.
All right. So what's one of the points you want to bring up and kind of like dive a little deeper into when it comes to making these types of adjustments?
Well, one thing, both of us are entrepreneurs. So the first thing I would say is if there was any time ever, like ever, to get rooted and grounded in what you want to do, if that's your desire to start a business, this is the prime
Hmm.
time to do it. Get online. Their e-commerce is huge. You know what I mean? You can have an online store and don't have to do be the middleman, anything. This is a
Hmm.
prime opportunity for people to get online and really research what needs to happen to establish themselves, to be an entrepreneur, to establish their business. That's number one. Number two, I would say it is like so critically important that just in everyday life that you make that you're intentional about educating yourself. So go online, look and see how people are doing things. Like people think like Kroger, you can go on and you can, what is it called, click list, things like that. Go on Amazon,
Hmm.
find a way to get what you need instead of kind of just either sitting back in fear or not doing anything at all. Like there's still ways to thrive in the midst of things changing, and so we just have to be really intentional about finding out what that looks like for us. So for me, I know, like when we were in the thick of the lockdown, I run everything from home. And when
Hmm.
it was like peak season, I was like, who's going out of here for supplies? Amazon became a low key habit. And I was one of those people, like I was an Amazon Prime member for so long, but I didn't use it unless I needed to. During the lockdown, Amazon was like, I'm not even, you know what, don't judge me. It was like a couple of times a week. But it became so beneficial because I was like, oh, I can buy things in bulk versus going to the store and getting things here and there. Like I still have plenty. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
Right.
and also, I'm not going to talk about the entertainment because I know we're going to talk about that next. But there's still ways
Right.
to, interact and just live. And I just want people to really, really be proactive about, learning and finding out what is available for them to thrive. Also, there are tons of work from home opportunities right now. Like Indeed is crazy full of remote opportunities. So for people that have been laid off, you can take your skill set and apply that in a virtual capacity. You know what I mean? There's ways
Mhm.
to thrive right now. And so I just wanted people to know that and get a little piece of that and be encouraged and be proactive, because life doesn't have to stop because things around us are crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I know for a lot of people, again, being an entrepreneur, it did slow about maybe three things down for me, but there
Mm-hmm.
were some people who were really hit,
Mm-hmm.
hard by this, and it made them stop them dead in their tracks. And it's like the question is now, what am I going to do? You
Yep.
know, what other skills? Now I'm forced to look at myself and be like, what other skills do I have?
Oh yeah.
And I think that it's important for us to do like maybe once a year self evaluation. Checkups, and be like, am I hitting different benchmarks? Every year, am I improving in certain areas every year, or is it just the same old same old?
Mm-hmm.
Because the world is changing constantly. We thought it was changing before,
Anyway, right.
but
Right.
now it's so quick, it's so fast, to where if you are sitting down for like a month, you'll
You
be passed by
yeah, you missing a
in a
lot.
heartbeat.
Yeah.
You are missing a lot.
Yeah.
And I can say, speaking from experience and from my line of work, I just couldn't and I just can't say, well, I have a camera, I have lights, and I'm good for the next year. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not good. I'm barely good for the next 2 months because something new's coming out.
Right.
And if I can't get it, I have to at least be knowledgeable of it. So it's like,
Absolutely.
even if you can't buy something, I highly encourage people to just sit and binge what you're passionate about. And I'm not talking
Absolutely.
about
Just
being
something else.
passionate about
Yep.
drama, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying, or your favorite TV show. Be passionate about something that's going to bring profit to your life,
Absolutely.
and watch that,
Absolutely.
consume it. you
Absolutely.
know there was a guy who had gave a beautiful story. I can't remember, you may have heard this, but this guy said that it was a man uh who was teaching a younger guy about the lesson of how bad do you want it,
Oh yeah,
how
I saw
bad do
that.
you
I
want
saw
it.
that.
And then
Yeah.
he told him to carry that rock, and he said he just started sitting down, just started walking out to the ocean. And he said he started walking, carrying this rock, and he got to the point to where the water was like, covering up his nose. He had to hold his head back, and that moment, in short, and I know I'm a butcher it, but he was basically saying that, he said, now you see just how bad you're fighting to get air, how you're standing on your tippy toes to get air. That's how bad you should want your dream.
Oh.
That's how bad you should want to stay, afloat and not get swept away.
Oh
And
yeah.
and you have to be that way about whatever it is that you want to do today, because somebody is, if not you.
And that's the thing. I'm glad you said that. Two things too. I'm gonna go back to something you said. You said to
Mm-hmm.
to reevaluate where you are, what you're doing, and if you're progressing or not. This is an awesome opportunity also for people. If there's been a door shut in one direction, and it doesn't have to just
Mm-hmm.
be, I don't want to isolate this to entrepreneurs, but if you're a person who always had a desire to learn a new skill set or to use a different skill set, this is a perfect opportunity to open up that door or start walking in that direction to fine tune or hone in on that. And then the other thing that you said,
Mm-hmm.
that's very true, is there's no right now. This is the worst time to ever live distracted. We can't afford to, right? You have to focus in on what is essential to you, what's important to you, and what is going to be critical to your bottom line. If nothing else, if this pandemic and everything that's been going on didn't do anything else, it made everybody have to sit still. The good thing about stillness, I even tell when I'm talking to clients, I tell them to practice stillness. You know why? Because you get to feel you get to feel where you are. You get to see what your sensor is. You get to see what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
What you're thinking becomes your thoughts. So here's a prime opportunity for you to recalibrate your thinking. And then that opens up the opportunity for you to consider things that maybe you had never considered before and pursue those things. There's no reason
Yes.
for anybody to be distracted right now And I know a lot of people are hopeless. I'm not talking about that, but I'm saying like to choose to live distracted, like you said, watching reality TV and stuff like that. And I get mine in here and there, not that type of stuff. I'm 90 Day Fiance type person, not the fighting and flinging. I do that a little bit, but I'm saying I digress. I'm
Come
saying
on, 90 days.
be purposeful right now. You know what I mean? And take the time to apply yourself, to study, to educate yourself. Today, when I just threw on, I went on YouTube and I just looked up. There are some coaches, and they were like life coaching techniques. I feel like I have a good system, but you can always learn more. I just let that play in my background. And then I would hear something
Yes.
jump out of me, and I always keep something by me to write on. I wrote it down. I have to fill myself with what I need, and if nothing else, if you feel like you're in your lane or you're in your passion, like you said, binge on what you're doing, because you can always grow. There's always room to develop and go to the next level. But if you feel like you found your passion, you found your lane, then look at what you have, see what's working, see what's not, and then come out with something better and something new. The other thing that I think people should really be aware of is that there are some people that are struggling, but there are some people that are not. By the grace of God, and I know it's nothing short of a miracle, I hit record sales during the pandemic. There are people that are looking for what you have. They don't know you have it because you're
Mm-hmm.
not producing it. Nobody has an excuse right now. There's not, I mean, there's more things that are open now, but I'm saying, like, still yourself, apply some discipline, and let this pandemic teach you that, God forbid, if anything like this happens again, I'm going to be ready. You know what I mean?
Right. That's
So,
right.
yeah.
That's right. And then also too, speaking of being, being ready, um, gosh, it's like three things tied into that. It's just hitting me all at once. I'm gonna do the best
Hit
I
them
can to
out.
try to
Hit them
get
out.
to all of them. All right. So the one thing is about being ready is being financially ready.
Oh, yeah.
And learning how to save. I think that's one thing that people in this season are learning how to do, is to save money. You know, money doesn't grow on trees. People are looking for stimulus checks and things like that, but that's going to run out. We don't know how long. You looking
I
like,
think they were like $1,200. Like, that's rent for
yeah,
somebody.
like that's somebody's whole rent and barely their phone bill.
It's,
You know, seriously, and it's like, and now what am I supposed to do?
yeah.
But if you don't have savings, one thing that I can say again, to save money is to learn how to do it yourself.
Oh, yeah.
When you have something that breaks in your house, or if you feel like, what, I need a substitute for something that is normally expensive, what else is out there that I can make, or something that I can get that is made by somebody else a little less expensive but just as good. Now's the time to be able to get those soft skills together. Like,
Yeah.
make sure you have, like, a tool set in your house, like the basic hammer, screwdriver, nails, etc. Have that stuff in your home, and go to YouTube. I feel that if you have two working hands, if you have the wellness within your body, you can do it. The only thing that's separating a lot of us from each other is just passion and knowledge.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Those two things separate a lot of people from one another.
Yep.
If you was to take your passion and knowledge and stick it into another body, I'm sure that individual and that being will accomplish,
Yep.
will kill it, because we hear it all the time. We sometimes look at people and be like, man, if I had your skills, oh, I'll be rich by now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had so many people tell me that about myself. It was like, V, if I had your skills, man, bro, I would be so rich, because they have something else that I may be missing.
Right,
But
right.
whatever that thing that I'm missing, I have to again have a desire, build a desire up, strong enough to be able to go and to learn about it and to develop that skill. So it's all tied back into, again, learning how to be able to save some money. So that's like kind of like, two things that I want to touch on there. The other thing that I briefly want to touch on was about the social distancing practices, and when it comes to opening up these businesses, and these businesses in Ohio ain't playing. I tell you, this week
Are you
I
talking about with the
saw
requirements?
huh.
You talking about with the mask requirements?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Like I saw today, not today, what was it, 2 days ago? I went to Kroger, right? I get out, I see the police pull up. They turn their lights on, not on me, but they pull up in front of Kroger. They park their car, they get out. I walk, the police officer goes in before I go in. But as I walk in, I see a lot of Kroger employees standing up toward the front. This is at the Forest Park Kroger,
Oh my!
standing up near
I'm
the
waiting for
front.
Forest Park Kroger. I'm gonna quit going. Go ahead. Oh,
Right. So when I walk in, I see them all looking. I'm thinking to myself like, oh, maybe it's somebody who is like, a thief, and they call the police. It must be
you
something
know
going
you
on.
was
So
like,
I'm listening. I'm listening, right? I'm listening like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking like, is it gonna be a fight? Whatever. I don't hear nothing. So I'm walking towards the vegetable area, and I see the police officer walking down an aisle, and I also looking down each aisle, and I heard one of the employees saying something about this guy wasn't wearing a mask, and
oh
I
my
was like,
God, for real.
oh snap. So I really gotta stick around because I gotta see what's happening. So I get to what was I getting? I was grabbing something from the vegetables, and I grabbed it, and then I realized as I was walking past this aisle, I see a guy without no mask on. This guy
Mm,
standing there, he's shopping. So the police officer, he walks past to pretend as if he didn't see him, and
mm.
then he had the manager with him, and then the manager is like pointed him out. So then they back up strategically, and then I realized as I'm about to go pay, I don't have my wallet. I gotta go back outside to go get my wallet. I'm about to
And they
miss
gonna
the
think you
drama.
just
So
rubbernecking. Like,
then listen. So I went back. I went back, got my wallet. But as I went out, I saw another police car pull up. I'm like, yo, like two Forest Park SUVs parked out front. I'm like,
for
is
a
it that
mask,
serious, y'all?
yeah,
For a mask.
that's
And
excessive.
so I'm like, I'm so in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, like, I got my phone. So in case if anything goes off popping, I can video it because, that's just what I do. And I go back to the vegetable area, pick up my item, and then I'm walking back. And I see the guy being escorted back towards the front of the store. They walking him out, and I hearing him saying like, I can't wear a mask because it's hard for me to breathe. I can't wear the mask all the time. I'm thinking to myself like, dude, just save it. Go outside, go get your mask. And then I thought about it as I was pulling away from Kroger. I was like, wait, they had masks that they were giving away as you enter the store
And
with
hand
hand
sanitizer.
sanitizer.
Yep. So you just a
Right.
regular without a
So
house. He was looking for something.
exactly. So he had to walk past that. No, he had to be stopped, had to have a conversation. He had to be like, no, I'm not wearing no mask. And then keep on walking, thinking that nothing was going to happen. And next thing you know, the police get called on him. And so I thought to myself, seeing the police when they were walking down the aisle to go get him, I thought to myself, I said, well, how come the police are not coming with masks in hand to give people an ultimatum? To be able
Oh,
to
come
say, like,
on.
listen,
They ain't about to do that.
you can, here's your chance. You can either put this mask on and we can leave, or you don't put the mask on and we can all leave. But either way, it's
You
like
can
the
just
hard way, the
complain
easy
if you
way.
don't want to put on a mask. Like put on. The thing is, you don't have to wear the mask from your car to the door. Put it on as you're going to the door. You could take it off when you get in your car. You don't have to wear it in
You
your
sure
car.
can.
But just people look for
Yep.
stuff. You know what it is? People been in the house too long. They haven't been around people. They don't know how to act. It's okay. It's okay. But what he's gonna have to do
Yeah.
now is use Quick List because you want to go to Kroger and act bad.
Exactly.
Just put the
Right.
stupid mask on. But
Put the dumb mask on, or like how you said, just go
or
log
stay
into the app.
home. Exactly.
All you gotta do is just click on the app and be like, I want A, B, C, and D. They'll bring it out to your car. I haven't done it yet. My sister does it,
I'm not going.
but I haven't done it. But I'm like,
I needed groceries on Monday. They talking about I couldn't get them till Saturday. So what, we fasting? No.
what?
Let me get my food. I was so irritated. Like, now, come on. Y'all done had weeks. No, actually, you all have months to get this together, like to where y'all can expedite this process. But whatever. I'll be there. I got a mask. Whatever.
Well, you know what? They may have to just have like, hire more people to just do like in store shopping. Like, here's the next list. bang it out. The next one,
I'm
bang
saying
it
that
out.
we
Next
can
one,
do it
bang
with
it
this
out.
president, March. Come on now. But whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
That was
we
foolish.
have.
He should have just stayed home. He was looking for something, you know.
Yeah, he was looking for something,
He was
and
a
it
Darren.
found him.
He was a Darren.
It
Like
found him.
that's the male version of Karen's.
Not a Darren.
It is. It's the thing. They said it. They're Darrens and Karens. So he was a Darren. I don't care what country he was. A rebel without a
Oh
cause.
my gosh. Oh
Let's
my
shout out to the
gosh.
people. Hi, that's Jermaine. Hi. Ironically,
Yeah, got Jermaine.
I reached a major goal. Awesome. Have become awesome. Yep. But that's what we were talking about,
That's
being
good.
proactive. Because the thing is, and I get it, you know what I'm saying? We're human beings. Like, even those of us that are followers of Christ, you know, we have faith and things like that, but we still have a natural human experience. You can't separate the two. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, after, you know, when
Right.
we first got hit with it, nobody knew, you know, what to do, what to expect. Everybody was kind of shook, you know. But
Right.
then it's after, for me, this one of two things happen when a crisis happens, right? You're either gonna fold or you're gonna find out, okay, how do I thrive in spite of? And I think that this has been a pivotal moment. Like, some people, and things, don't get me wrong, things hit people differently, but it's like, you know, you have to make a decision when you're confronted with anything, be it good or bad. Like, how do I proceed? What do I do next? And so you can try to fight against it, you can refuse it, whatever. But when you look at, and it's a learned skill to look at crisis and chaos, still to be able to view that as an opportunity, and then know within yourself, like, no, I
Mm-hmm.
got something in me that's gonna make me win no matter what the conditions are. And then you find out what that strategy looks like. And it takes some of us longer. Some people just, you know, bow down to it. Some people have situations that don't allow them to think clearly like that. You know what I mean? But for those of
Right.
us that have been blessed and been graced with that, we need to implement that, but then also be that life, you know, force and that encouragement for other people to be like, yo, you can still get it out here, you can still live, you can still, you know, you can still make it. And then two, I feel like we need to be more community based with respect to, okay, it's a pandemic, people need what you have, but like, okay, offer some grace in this season, you know what I'm saying? Don't care just about
Yeah.
yourself, you know what I mean? Like, one thing, we're not going to talk about hard topics tonight, but one thing that I did see that was utterly ridiculous is that they're evicting people in a pandemic where people don't have jobs. That's insane.
Right.
That's
Right.
insane.
Right. Right.
You're showing absolutely no care or concern for the people that are a part of the society that you live in. Good luck with that.
Right.
Digress. But what I'm saying is that if you're in a position where you can help other people, this is the time to do that. You know why? Because grace turns around and blesses other people. And then when people get on their feet, they remember your kindness to them. That says more
Mm-hmm.
to people than you sitting back saying, like, oh, I'm balling. Oh, well, I can't really, I mean, I'm happy for you, but I really can't celebrate with you because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to eat. This is the
Right.
prime opportunity for people to come together and see this thing really turn around, or not even turn around, become something better. And I think people, it all begins
Mm-hmm.
with mindset. You know, you, like I said, whatever you think,
Mm-hmm.
you manifest in your speech, and it becomes your actions, and then it becomes your reality. So it starts with your mind. Like, renew your mind, seriously. Start thinking about opportunities, and, you know, seek those out. And here's the thing. I heard something, and at first I was like, I don't know if I agree with that. Somebody said, if the door doesn't open, it's not your door. And at first I was like, oh, people not gonna keep me out. But guess what? If it's not my door, then that means I'm going to create another one, or I'm gonna find another way to do what I need to do. That opportunity is not your only way to success. You get what I'm saying?
That's
That's not
right.
the path for you to, you know, be able to manifest what God put in you. Find out what your lane is, get serious about your end goal, you know, your bottom line, and then pursue that. Let nothing stop you. If nothing else, one thing that I found out in this pandemic was how hungry I am. I found out how hungry I am. When I get up, one thing that I make
Mm-hmm.
myself do as just common practice, because I work from home, even, you know, even when it wasn't the pandemic, thank God, I work from home. But the thing that I start making myself do, I said, you know what? You're going to get up every day and you're going to show up for your job. because you're the CEO, you're the employee, you're the
Right.
janitor, the customer service, you're the, whatever. So I get up, I do my hair, I do my face, I put on clothes. Why? Because I'm showing up and I'm being
That's
present.
right.
I'm reminding myself of what I'm here for. If we get comfortable and
That's right.
complacent, you're going to fall victim to your surroundings, when your surroundings, they're going on, but they don't have to exist in you. You know what I mean? And more than anything, I think people
Yeah.
need to grab a hold of that and be empowered and get out here and kill it, whatever that looks like for you. You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
just lay down. I mean, one of the things that's really, really true about the human spirit is that, like, we as human beings, like, we can endure and bounce back from so many things. And if we look at history, where there's been other pandemics and things like that, you'll see where people have overcome, and they're thriving, and they made it to be like, that's why you see some older people like, yeah, we've been through smallpox. We've been through a couple of, they're not losing their stuff. But when you come to an entitled generation where like
Mm-hmm.
everything is handed to you, like, what you mean? I got to figure out how to make this work, and I got to do something for myself, and I got
Right.
to do something other than click a button. Right now is prime opportunity for you to manifest what God put in you, and then two, to find out how you really feel about the things that you say. If you really want that, if you
Right.
really believe it, if you really feel like, yo, I got to get out here and get it, there's no time like the present. And again, not to be long-winded, but I'm saying, if you
No, you're
really
good.
believe in what you're saying right now, this is when I'm gonna see it more than ever, because you don't have nothing but
Right.
time. I'm gonna see what you believe by what you do right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's
So
not, that sounded like you was calling some folk out.
I'm just saying, buy the other one, okay, and walk it out, okay.
Right.
I'm saying, walk it out. It's out here for you. You know what I mean?
It is. It is. It is. It's like there really is no excuse.
Mm-mm,
There's no excuses.
mm-mm.
There's just too many opportunities out there and too much knowledge out there to fail.
Yeah,
It's like to fail means like you really kind of went out of your way and tried kind of hard to fall. To fail. But here's the other thing
you
though,
meant to fail.
that
Wait a
even
minute.
that but even if you do fall, it's better to fall trying instead of
Fall
failing by the wayside.
It is the
You know what I'm
idea to
saying?
fall forward, like be in
Fall,
pursuit of
please
something.
fall forward.
Yeah, yeah,
Right, right. It's like how it is in football. I don't know if you're a big football fan or not. I'm not a big football fan, but I do know this is that when you get tackled, you always put the ball in front of you.
in front of
You
you. That,
never ever as a football player, you never see them get tackled and then they put the ball behind them when they
right, right.
fall. They always put the ball in front of them because they want to get as many yards as possible to be able to reach that goal. Very seldom do you ever see football games go to where they make one play and they just get a touchdown every time. Every time,
Ooh,
every time, every time they touch the ball. They
yeah,
they have to make crawls, inches,
right.
yards. That's what it's all about. So it's like the same thing when it comes to life, when it comes to how things are with this
You can
pandemic.
talk at
It's
this
like
screen.
you said, what's now?
You got to throw some change at the screen. You just
It's a,
come
but
on.
no, like I
I
mean,
hear
I mean,
you.
it's like this. It's like right now we are literally, pushing against the pandemic. We're pushing
Oh yeah,
against so much chaos that's happening within this world. Not
yeah.
even to mention our own little worlds. This is so much that's happening in this world that I'm coming across so many people that are saying, you know what, I'm taking a break
Oh
because it's too
yeah,
much.
oh
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I gotta enclose a little bit so that I
Mhm.
can go ahead and get myself back together. And that's no different from huddling up. You know what I'm saying? When in between plays, you just don't sit there and just boom, 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 boom. Sometimes you gotta call a timeout. Like, listen, I need a
J-
hey, pull me out, coach, for a hot second because if I stick in this and I keep getting hit, I'm a
Yeah,
break. I'm
that's
a break eventually.
that's
And,
so
and 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 some people who find themselves at that breaking point, you need to take a break, not
absolutely
quit, not give up, not say
no.
pull me out, coach. I'm done. It's to say, you know what? I know I'm gonna reach that goal. I know
Mm-hmm.
I have not too far to go, but I just need a moment just to be able to just regroup. So maybe that's something that out of this pandemic, a lot of us need to start doing is just to regroup,
Yeah,
reevaluate, look
yeah,
at look at where we are. Like you said, stand still, chill out for
yeah.
a second, and
Yep,
just think, okay, where am I at right now?
yep.
And then at the same time, think about where do I need to be
Exactly.
for whatever time, in the near future, in the distant future, in the far, distant future, whatever it may be. It's like in that moment when you're taking a break and you're reevaluating yourself, the next thing you should be doing is also saying, okay, what goals can I be putting in place? And
Mm-hmm.
not these big lofty goals. It can be small little goals, something that you
Yeah.
can accomplish within the next hour, and you better celebrate that small
Yep.
accomplishment as if it was a big touchdown, because
Yep.
every small step that you make, that's progress.
Yep.
You're getting the ball down the field, as they say. That's
Yep.
what it's all about right now. It's like this
Yep.
pandemic that we're in is just really just one big test of strength, ultimately, of
Mm-hmm.
endurance,
Mm-hmm.
and just the durability, the resilience that we have. Like you said, as human beings, we have that built within us. We just gotta learn how to tap into it.
Tap into
A
it.
lot of people has been saying some things here.
Oh yeah, let's check it out.
Yep.
Let's check it out.
Yes. Shout out to people that's watching. Matthew Brown,
Hey,
Yvonne, hey
Tisha.
Donna,
Hey,
Alicia Redmond, Mary was tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. I think I said Matthew. Yeah. Who else is in here watching?
everybody.
Well, gosh, yeah. Some of the comments.
I was gonna say, hey, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Maintain says very resilient. The bounce back is real. She was referring to what you had said a little bit
Yeah.
about earlier.
But here's the other
Very
thing too.
resilient. Yeah,
Um,
please go ahead.
I was just gonna say one thing that I truly believe, that rest is just as essential as the grind. You have to balance that out. Um, One thing that I really believe is so true, that it's like, what good is you getting to your promised land and you too wore out to maintain it, to enjoy it, to see it? You can't be, it can't be all grind. It can't. You have to learn, you have to be confident enough to be able to rest. And what I mean by that is understanding that you're investing and you're putting in the work that you need to, but you're confident enough
Mm-hmm.
in that there's no such thing as missing out, or your purpose outrunning you when you're invested and you're in sync with it. You have to take rest.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. And that
Mm-hmm.
there's a measure of faith that comes with being able to rest, and confidence, knowing that I'm applying
Right.
myself to the process, that I'm doing the work. The people that are in a rush are the ones that aren't really convinced that they have what it takes. And I'm a firm
Right.
believer. If you putting it
Yeah.
down, then then you have it. We Donna
Right.
Field here as well. You brought up a
Yep.
comment.
And if I
Comment, please forgive me. Who did you have up?
um Yvonne has said something. She said, "We just got to grab those opportunities and make a difference. Even if I fail, I still get back up and try harder. I'm not
That's
afraid
right.
of failure.
That's
You cannot be
right.
afraid
No,
of failure at
you can't.
all." And if I could add on to what you were talking about just now, when it comes to planning, make
Mhm.
sure that you plan and you're putting your plan to rest.
Absolutely.
Sometimes when people set goals, and I'm guilty of it, not as much as I used to be, but I'll explain a little bit about that later. But I used to not plan with rest in mind.
Hmm.
And so it was so goal oriented to where it
Hmm.
was just like, okay, I got to hit this mark, and then the next hour or so I got to start the next job, and I got to go ahead, and even within a long job, not even having these spaces where it's like, okay, out of this 8 hour day, where's my 2 hours for me just to be able to kick back and chill, take a break, just to be able to relax. And so what I have done when it comes to dealing with clients is that when they ask for an estimate of how long this is going to take, I pad myself an extra couple days.
Because you better.
Because right, you have to pad yourself like an extra couple days just for rest, just for life, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And if you just so happen to be able to beat your estimated time of your deliverables, then you just
Right.
look even better.
Right.
Bonus. You know what I'm saying? But just don't be so I guess you could say so driven to the point to where you die at the end. Like you said, you don't even get a chance to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Kind of like John Henry. You know what I'm saying? That John Henry's syndrome, where I just gotta beat down this mountain, and then when you get to the end, you die from a heart attack. You work so hard. You accomplished your goal. Yeah, John Henry, he beat the steam locomotive, but he couldn't even celebrate because his heart gave out. because he tried so hard, because he was so focused on this goal of beating this steam machine to where his priorities got twisted, turned upside down.
Yes.
Just got twisted upside down. It's like, no, it's you first. You got to make sure that your health is taken care of and that your sanity is intact through all of it.
Exactly.
Everything else can wait.
Exactly.
Everything else can wait, because like when you get sick, when you catch a flu, the flu don't care about your bills, don't care about your job, it don't care about your family, it don't care about nothing. Everything in your world stops dead in its tracks, and you're behind is underneath them covers, eating some chicken noodle soup,
And you
shivering, talking about exactly. I gotta recover. I gotta recover. Right. 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 So
not scared to come in the room. You're right. Humble. Like, sit on down.
Exactly. Right. Matthew said hammer time though. No, you good.
There's something else that is critical. Like when I was saying, like when I talk to clients about practicing stillness, I don't even tell them, don't even think. When you first begin practicing stillness, the biggest challenge is learning how to be still and what that really means. That moment is supposed to even instilling yourself in the way that you sit. Just sit. Don't think about anything. It takes a long time for you to even clear your mind to even be in sync with the stillness, because you can slow your body down, but your mind is still racing. So it's the discipline of, I'm not going to allow myself to think anything right now. I'm going to allow myself to be. I'm going to take a moment to just be and live in what my existence is. And so a lot of times people feel like, because, I schedule rest, but you still thinking and you planning and you writing. Like I said, the thing goes back to stilling yourself, clearing your mind, being one with just like your existence. And I ain't talking about numb your rank, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about allowing yourself just to feel yourself, your body, that you live. You know what I'm saying? That you breathe. You know what I'm saying? That you exist. We go through life just going and doing until we're reminded, like you say, if something happens, you're like, I do have to take care of myself. So when you practice this daily, you're in tune with yourself. And the first thing that you have to store, especially if you're the person that is working, or you are your job, you got to take care of your greatest asset. That's you. If you don't get out there and feel what you don't do. So you, just like you would invest in materials, you got to invest in yourself. That's number one. Number two, when people get so hard on the grind and stuff and they running and they racing, like, who are you running against? If you start out trying to pursue anything in competition with somebody, you've already lost. You're not even focused on what you're called to do. Your only competition is, like they say, your last success or what you accomplished yesterday. You can't go at, pursuing anything that has anything with manifesting what your assignment and your purpose is, looking in the opposite direction. You're gonna miss everything that was supposed to be available to you. If competition is your motivation, sit down. Right. Get really clear about what it is you want. Pray about how to walk that thing out, and then, like you said, every little step gets you closer to the whole. That's it. But like I said, rest is as essential as that grind. The grind is cute. That's cute. And it's mandatory. Don't get me wrong. Sweat is required. But what does it say about you if you don't have balance? Imbalance is not going to produce anything that anybody can feed off of or grow from. It's not. You're gonna hand out faulty fruit. Don't nobody want that. Sit down.
Exactly.
Sit down, as they say.
Sit down somewhere.
Okay, go on and sit down. It's okay. Your purpose will be there.
Right.
When you get back up, but it's essential. I had to learn that, because even worse than being sick, I dealt with exhaustion before. That's a bad boy. That's a bad boy. When you feel like you too tired to hold up your own head. Oh, hold on.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute.
That's another monster.
That's too much. That's too much. Sit down. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I can talk about all that because that's, I love it. But
listen. But I almost kind of feel like that this pandemic is that's what is the message. It's like, it's to sit down.
Sit down.
We being too busy. Like when they come.
doing nothing.
Things that are not even all that important. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just give it a rest, give it a break, get a grip. All those little slang things that we used to say growing up that we heard our parents tell us, like, get a grip.
You better get it together.
Or get it together. Gosh, what else did they used to tell us? Boy, you better sit down, listen, or no, listen, listen. Go somewhere, listen. When they say that, it's
you better.
And I feel like you better, right? You A, or no, the A.
Boy, listen, and I'm out the room. You hear me? Don't A me and tilt your head. I'm gone. You ain't even gonna see me till tomorrow. I don't want none of that fire. I'm telling you.
Nothing after that. So in case if you never grew up in no black household and you ain't never experienced the A
or your full name.
Your full name.
Hibernate.
Yeah.
Don't even eat that night. Go somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just chill out.
Yeah.
Chill out. But it's all right. Go to sleep. Hey, or no, go find something to do.
Oh yeah. I remember that one. And I was the only child for like a long time. Like, this is a challenge. Go find what to do. I didn't have imaginary friends. Like, you are my something.
Right. Please, mama, please. But no, really, that's I think that's the undertone to this whole pandemic. It's like all of what we just got finished saying. It was like a way of mankind being told to go sit down somewhere, and it's time to reset and be still. Be still for a moment, reevaluate, and put things into its proper perspective, and realize what's really important. And really, to be honest, it's almost like another form of act of love. It's like to say, listen, I'm gonna sit you down so you won't hurt yourself.
Yeah. Oh my God. You're right. Like, you going 100 miles an hour towards a brick wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. You're doing too much. You're doing way too much. Oh my gosh, that was good. That's some good talking right there. I mean, we could go on and on and on.
No,
I know we got another topic.
Because you know what happens though after that. Because people are able to, like, they get in life, and then too, guess what? At the end of this, people can click off and get to working and get to moving and thinking about some things that, maybe, I mean, I'm motivated. I'm hyped. When we after we done backstage, I'm about to, go work on the chapter or something, just because, like, that's all it is. Right. It's about life. You know what I'm saying? And giving fuel and empowerment. Like, we clown on here, but I love the fact that it's about people being informed, being educated, being empowered. And yeah, we're gonna cut up. Just, that's what we do. But I mean, let's give life. I would love to hear from people, like, what is it that you have going on? Because another thing, this moment, people are being so resourceful, like tapping into what your brother and sister have. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about, like, I might not have it, but you do. So, how can we work this? How can I learn from you? I'm telling you, Zoom has gotten so much of my business right about now. I'm telling you. So, let's talk about it. Let's so yeah, just utilize the resourcefulness that we have in each other. Like, tap in, network, get it. So I would love to hear, from people that are on here, or, if they tune in later. I always go back and look at the comments and read them and like and respond to it. So, whatever your ideas are, you have things going on, or you have any questions, I know I'm available. If I know, I'll be happy to share. I'm sure Bernard is connected like a mug, not to volunteer you or nothing like that. But, drop something in the comments, and I always go back and read them. If I know, I'll share it. If I don't know, I'll find it out.
Yep, please do. And if you happen to have your own business, plug yourself right now. Like, put your website up. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but love here.
Yep, absolutely. There's room at the table for everybody. I believe that.
Yep, it's enough out there for everybody to eat. So, this platform is not just for us. This platform is for the community at large. So this is like your moment in time to be able to go ahead and shine, toot your own horn, as I say.
Yeah. Like, does anybody have a business and they can jump on? Did you share the link this week?
I did not, but here is the link. I'll go ahead and put the link up so that if you guys want to jump in real quick.
Yeah, if you have a business, or apparel or whatever, as long as it's positive and whatever, like jump on. Free, it's some free,
Yep.
advertisement right here. Jump on this.
So Yvonne says, guys, I actually lost my job because of the pandemic. And at
Mm-hmm.
first I thought this is it. I woke up the next day and was like, wait, I wanted to write a
I
book for
love
so
it.
long. Now
I
guess
love
what? I'm almost done writing it and I just got another job. Look at that. Look at
it.
God.
Yes, that is
That's what I'm
amazing.
talking about. Yep.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I might have to talk to her.
Congratulations to you.
I gotta get my book up out of here. I'm one step
I
away.
know, right?
I'm one step
That's
away. I'm
good.
publishing
You
stuff. I'm gonna have to link with her.
Oh yeah, you close. You close. You are definitely close. And
Information.
this is what I love too. It's like, again, referring back to football. Oh my
Go
gosh.
ahead, Bernard. But
I'm
you was playing
sorry
this
if you
video before I was with you. Like you put that ball in
listen.
front of you. I'm with you.
Listen.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Let's
With
go.
that being talking about like, realizing like who's on your team. That's
Ooh,
the one thing about when it comes to
not
football.
going
It's
to
not
hold
a
on.
one
I'm not.
person team.
Mm.
So you're not just the only one out there with the ball. Sometimes you gotta learn how to hand it off with with whoever's on the line with you. But the most important thing is for like one of the positions, really all the positions, but there's one in particular that I want you to focus on is the wide receiver. The wide receiver gets like a lot of shine because they're out there running and they always showing the catching the ball like this and stuff because of the quarterback tossing it to them. But one thing that sometimes they may fall short on is because somebody failed to run their route. They were focused on the crowd. They was focused on looking at somebody else, and they weren't focused on running your route.
Don't
Run
find the dollar
your
and throw that
route.
to the screen. Hold on. Because you on here preaching, Reverend. You on here preaching, Bishop. Now.
Run your route. I was out of Oregon. Run your route. Don't get knocked off of your square.
Woo!
Stay on the course, y'all.
Listen.
Because trust me, sometimes I'm trying not to preach, but I feel it. I feel something rising
You
up
on
on
my
the inside.
side.
But
I got
like sometimes you may pray for something. She just waving somebody. But you may be praying for something, y'all. I'm telling you, for those who have an ear, let them hear. Y'all may be praying for something. And you may feel like, man, it ain't coming quick enough. Listen, that prayer was basically you saying hike. God already got it. He already threw it. He waiting on you to run your route so that when you get there in time in the future, you'll make that connection. But sometimes we miss out on so many of our prayers because we feel like, oh my God, it ain't come here yet. And you stop in the middle of your route, but it goes right over your head. You missed the pass. You missed your blessing. It was coming your way. You was ready to receive it, but you got discouraged because of the person in front of you checking you, trying to do what? Trying to throw you off of your game, trying to throw you off of your route. Run your route. And that goes for everybody that is in position. Run your route. Sometimes it's not your job to have the ball all the time. Your job as a whole is to get that ball across the goal line. So if you have that in mind and you focus on running your route, you are going to score. But sometimes we don't score. Sometimes we don't make those connections because we get distracted.
and I'm
Run
gonna
your
get
route.
to get up out my warehouse / office / get out. Okay. But no, that is so real and that's so much life. Excuse me. That's so much life because you have like, oh, okay. So I was talking to somebody and this was the thing that I said was critical. This is critical to success is understanding what you're good at and understanding what you're not. If you have this attitude like I'm good at everything, I'm the head everything, you're going to be right where you are. Connection is everything. There are people that have wealth invested in them that's assigned to you. For instance, I got to shout out Diana. We used to work together. Love you, girl. Thank you for being here. One thing, somebody Oh my gosh, I saw somebody. He did a run for us. Really, Matthew. Okay, I'm trying to be, but no. So I saw this man's Facebook post, right, and I instantly knew
Right.
he has something in him that's meant to unlock what's in me. I hit him up on
Mm.
Messenger. I was like, and I told him exactly that. I said, there is something in you that's going to unlock what's in me, and I need it. I'm coming for it. What are your rates? I was willing to pay, right? Because you have
Mm-hmm.
to, like, I'm like, no, I know that this is a destiny moment. I connected with him. Do you know it took my business to the next level within a matter of 30 days?
Wow.
To you, 30 days.
Yes. Yes. Love
I'm gonna
it.
shout this person out. He's now my brother, Herman Noble. That guy is no
Oh
joke.
yeah.
That guy is no joke. I saw him on Facebook. He was sitting down writing a contract with somebody, signing a contract with somebody. I linked with him. I kid you not. It was such a divine destiny moment. I knew it was God leading me to him. Within 30 days,
Mm-hmm.
my business took off. And it's not because he has something like he's more, bigger or bigger than I am, or it's
Yeah.
nothing like that. There are people that are assigned to you or called to you at some point, or they walk out that path with you that takes your stuff to a level you could have never gotten to on your own. So it's so important, like you said, to know when you're supposed to run the ball and when you're supposed to be like, it's
Hand
so,
it off. Right.
because if you're afraid to release it again, you have to look at your motive. Why don't you want to ask for help? It's because you're trying to be relevant. You're trying to find a place of importance. You should already have that just because you exist. We're never going
Mm-hmm.
to be
Mm-hmm.
anywhere on our own. People come, like, what if this podcast wouldn't be half as good if we weren't partnered? I know that. You know what I mean? In fact,
Right.
I didn't even thought about doing it. It was a destiny moment. We sat down at that podcast table at Studio
Yep.
Cincy, and it just was like, we have to do this.
Yep.
Any
Yep.
of us ego tripped and was like, I want to do this by myself. The slanted brow would
Right.
not exist. Connection is
That's true.
everything. You sparked you hit me with the message, and then I got revelation, and then I had to, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
boy,
Hey, you had to bring home for a touchdown.
that's the part. Like, come on now. That's real talk.
Look. Look.
That's real talk. Did
That
you
is.
check to see if anybody dropped their business or said anything?
No, nobody's dropped their business, but if you have, if you do, again, if you have a business, like leave a link, leave a, something, tell us about it.
Advertisement
But
people.
yeah, and then I'll put it up here again, but this is the link so that in case if you want to jump in on the conversation, we'll go ahead and let you in and you can
Yep.
talk to us and we would
Yep.
love to have this conversation with you.
Yep.
Love to have this conversation.
Ladies, go ahead and brush your hair real quick. Pat it up real quick and join us.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, because I know people don't video chat me on the fly. I'm not answering. Okay, give me some notice. So to the ladies, we give you some
Right.
notice. I'm gonna scroll it. Are you got the comments? Yes, it's
Yeah.
comments.
Maintain. Let's talk about running.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yep.
Another thing,
Maintain. Talk about running your
another
route
thing too,
still.
and don't whoever gets Saudi about it be Saudi, whatever. The other thing too is don't try to streamline who's supposed to help you. You don't know what your help looks like. You don't know who it's coming from. You don't know if
Mm-hmm.
it's male or female. You don't know if it's white or black. You don't know. You don't know. Don't be
Mm-hmm.
the reason that you can't progress because you're stuck in a box. Don't do that. There are some people
Right.
that I've connected with that don't even live in this city that's taking my brand to cities I haven't been in.
Mm.
You can't be boxed in. You
Yes.
have to be open because at the end of the day, your goal should be I'm going to manifest through God what He put in me. That's it. And if it's a
Right.
positive connection and it's going to help you hit that next level, then you better do it. Don't be the reason you don't succeed because then you don't have anybody to blame but yourself.
That's right. Bottom line. Period. Period.
I'm
Oh
trying
my
to
gosh. So I'm looking at
keep these comments.
what?
You keeping up with the comments?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I am. I'm definitely keeping the comments. Like Matthew said, friends to family. That was
Oh
from
yeah.
earlier.
Oh yeah. For sure.
It's all about making the connection with people. That's
Absolutely.
true. And then if I can say when it comes to making a connection with people, it's super important to sit under somebody, to be an apprentice, and to shut up and learn. You know, like
Don't
don't go into relationships thinking that you got to know all the answers. Don't go in there feeling like I got to be on top. Go in there with a sense of humility. You know, that's something that I believe is like a lost art form, is the teacher and the apprentice, or the mentor and the mentee. I have a mentor. I would not be where I am today if I didn't have a mentor. You know,
Mhm.
if I didn't get to a place to where, instead of me going in saying I got to make some money, I'm somebody, I went in saying, listen, if I got to just sit off to the side and
Right,
watch, I will
right,
do so until
right.
you call me over and you think that I am ready. And then I'll step up to the plate and I'll do whatever it is I got to do to get to that next level. And
Absolutely.
it's a phase in life, or a phase in your profession, where you're learning, because
Mhm.
there you want to have a mentor, not a buddy, not a yes person, not somebody who is a support. because
Not
because
not a
one, if you think about it,
feedback.
it's like if you get somebody who's always going to be like, yeah, 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 yeah,
You're not gonna
you're
grow.
never going to really grow.
No, you're not gonna
You're
grow.
not going to grow at all. You're going to have that resistance, and you're going to have somebody above you that's going to be able to help assist you, pulling yourself up. You know, not carrying all the weight, but again, you're there to learn, and you need a mentor.
Mhm.
Period. Go get a mentor. Find
Yeah.
somebody who has done it, and then learn from them quickly, and
That's
then
doing
build on that foundation. Yeah,
that's
and
doing
that's
well.
doing well.
Not
That's
somebody.
doing very well.
And it's so important, because just to add to that, it's so important that you do that, because, like, for instance, I went to go for my life coaching certification. That's not required. You don't have to do that to be a life coach. I know some amazing life coaches who don't have the certification. For me,
Hmm.
it was like I didn't want it to just be a gift or a skill or a something I know how to do. I want to know how to do it well. So I had to invest
Hmm.
money, time, to go and learn from someone who is a master coach, who's doing
Right.
it well, and go through that program and apply myself. And it was so pivotal for me, because it helped me. There's some confidence that you get knowing that you applied yourself to the process and you have tools to use and you have something to offer people. But then too, I wanted to be able to offer my clients something where they can see that I did my work. You know what I mean?
Right.
I believe in this enough to make sure that I'm giving you the best that I have. And so it's very important. Like, I thank God I can still reach out to her today and be like, yo, what do I need to do better, or what do I need to do differently? And the other thing that's so very good about what you said somebody's going to tell you the truth, but also there's somebody that's going to hold you accountable. Like, I'm gonna listen
Hey,
to you. I'm gonna listen
say
to
that.
you. Like, okay, you finished, dry your eyes. This is what you need to do. And I'm gonna check back in with you to see if you did it. And if you didn't, you don't get to cry these same tears twice. You get what I'm
Hey,
saying?
you said
Because you don't
throwing up
accomplish
money.
anything. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
don't accomplish anything by rehearsing the same issue. Matter of fact, Maintain that said that some people like playing the victim. And it's so important that you come out of that mindset for yourself and decide that you want to be proactive. The thing I call it, active participation in your outcomes. You have
Hmm.
everything to do with what happens. Everything. So you have to make
Everything.
a decision, like, do I want it or don't I? Or do I just want to talk about wanting it? I'll know about what you
Hmm.
next. So like you
Right.
said, that mentor, that's key. Connection, that's key. And somebody that's going to hold you accountable, and knowing that and applying that to yourself. And meaning it even in your own self-talk. Like, are you giving yourself too many passes? You have to be disciplined for yourself. You have to be disciplined within yourself, because a mentor, that's cute. But if you don't even have the discipline to walk it out, sit down, like we was talking about. Don't sit down. It was a good idea.
Sit down somewhere.
It's an
Right.
idea. It's nothing to point. What was the post that you just put up? What
Let's see.
Diana Patton?
Yvonne said,
Okay, that was the first one. I also know great pastors, teachers, and successful business people out there who didn't go to school. Absolutely. It's all about
hmm,
researching. If you truly want something that bad, you always get it. Absolutely. I agree. I agree.
that's real talk.
Diana Patton said, once you listen, you get inspired, you get motivated, you will then start to have a vision. Yes. Then you can start. That's very important. I I can't even tell you how many vision boards I have. And it was funny. I look back at them and I was like, you know what? I got to remove some of these things or do a new one because I've accomplished some of those things by the grace of God. Robert Smith said, grind and take time making yourself better every day. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
That is so critical. Maintain. I found inspiration from my therapist as well. You know what? I so appreciate you saying that, because I was just having a conversation with somebody. A lot of people want to jump out and they want to heal people and they're broken themselves. And so even with the best of intentions, you're going to cut people because you're just broken pieces, right? And so I think the thing that is so very true is that who we are and what we're meant to do, we're born with that, right? And we see peaks of that throughout our lives. And, you know, you get inspired by certain things. I feel like those are clues. But one of the first things that you need to do before you impart into anyone else is assume healing for yourself. So that it is twofold. Like I said, you don't want to cut people. You don't want to give people faulty information because you're speaking from brokenness. But then two, how unfair would that be if you're helping heal other people and you go home broken every day? That is so key to maintain. That's really good. Matthew Brown, believe in yourself if no one else will. You got to believe in yourself first. I agree. You got to believe. People want to see that you believe first before they believe in you. Why should they believe in you like sketchy? Yeah, everything you doing is trying to like affirm yourself. Like, do you like this shirt? No, this is the best shirt ever.
Ever, right. Period. Period. You know, I mean, like I tell people now, like, you know, toot your own horn. You know, like it's time out to let other people play your music, to play the song to your life. Nobody's gonna play it better than you.
Your soundtrack, you better go ahead.
Now. Listen, I'm gonna be over here playing all night long because nobody can play it better than me. You know what I'm saying? If you sit around waiting for somebody else to toot your horn, they're gonna miss a note. They're gonna not sing it the right way. And you're gonna be like, dang, they didn't say XYZ about me, and that was one of the most important things that I need for them to say. It's cool to be humble. It's cool to be humble. Like, but for real, toot your own horn, but don't tear other people down around you. That's the key to humility, is where you walk around. You're not so high and lofty to where you can't be accessible. You know, you need to be to a place to where you can be like, yeah, I am all of that. And you can kick it with me and I can kick it with you. But while I'm in my element, I'm in my element. Exactly. I'm bad.
I know what I know. But the thing is, the key to humility is knowing that you're not any worse or any better than anybody else, which means I'm there for anybody and I can learn from anybody. That's that balance right there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not any more and I'm not any less. And then understanding that to be true of other people, so that because you can learn from anybody. You can learn from anybody. So yeah, that's true. And the thing is, like I said, like you said, being confident in what you know. There's nothing wrong with being confident about what you know. There's
nothing wrong with it.
And the thing is that I don't know anybody that would go to a contractor and be like, and the contractor's like, well, I kind of know how to build your house. You're not going to invest. I don't even want to finish this conversation. How about that? Let alone concrete and try to put a roof on. No, I have to know that you know your stuff, and you have
to know it.
You know, I'm coming for your expertise. That's definitely Yeah, don't be acting shifty thinking I'm about to invest. Me and my dollars gone.
With the quickness.
Yep, no apology.
With the quickness. Wow. Well, oh my gosh, we went well over hour.
There you go, time. 15 minutes. It's okay. Woo, look at you itching.
No, I'm not itching to get off. I'm just saying
every time
that if you guys, listen, if the viewers, if you guys want us to stay on, we can still go. Just let us know. Leave a comment. You can tell us, say, hey, stick around a little bit longer. We will gladly stick around a little bit longer to hang out with you all and to further this discussion, because I feel like that it's like some Rhema word is dropping and some gems is dropping and all type of stuff. Is just, it's some good. I'm being blessed. I don't know about you, Keena, but I'm being blessed.
Definitely. You had to get all I turned on me. I was in the moment. Like, hold on. I'm reading the comments.
Right. Yvonne said, funny that you said that. My 16-year-old is a great example of that. I learned so much from that little girl. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Maintain says, I'm so glad I tuned in. I was going to binge watch Game of Thrones.
I'm glad you tuned
Starting from
in.
season 1.
She been dropping truth over there.
Yes,
See,
she is.
Diana
Yes.
says she loves it. Stay. See, Ike Turner.
Okay. Yes. All right. All right, Tina.
I'm telling y'all.
Oh my gosh.
BB like, it's an hour, 3 minutes, gotta go. He'll fade to black in a minute. I wish Chris was here because he would vouch for me.
Man, and listen, I vouch for it.
He's stressed.
I vouch for it.
Look at you.
Diana, she says that. She said that even if look.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
She said, even if I have been through life challenges, have no family here to support me, I grew stronger in my faith. I now know my worth. I believe I'm enough. I remind myself that I'm valued. So I do my little post to encourage people, motivate, and inspire them with love. Loving that. Loving that.
That's how you're going to overcome. It's not even, you know what? I'm going to say this in 2 parts. One of the things that we have to, that I actually like live by is first purging your mind of all of the outside voices that became your narrative. That's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then purging yourself of the things that you said to yourself in response to what was said, right? So you clear that out. You clear out the history. You change your narrative. You develop new habits of speaking life and positivity. Then you step into that strength, and then you can give it away. A lot of people, like, if you clear your head of all the junk that you inherited because you've been around people who didn't believe in themselves, so they didn't know how to teach you how to believe in yourself. Once you unplug from that, then you're able to equip yourself with everything you need, and then you go out here and kill it, like I've been saying. And I know that story, Diana. I know that story. I know it so very well. So I'm very happy to hear you say that. And then also I have been seeing your page too. I've been seeing that, so that's awesome. Awesome. Trying to see what else is in the comments.
Let's see. People talking about staying.
Let's go. What else y'all want to talk about? I'm here.
Yeah, we want to hear from you all.
Yeah, definitely.
We want to hear from you guys because we
habits to live by. I like that, Matthew. 1, 2, 3, go. Habits to live by. What do you mean? Can you tell us a little bit more?
Yep. Oh, thank you so much, Yvonne.
You're awesome. Publishing a book and stuff. Yes, Jermaine.
Right?
Yes, that's what it is. You're welcome, Diana. Love you. She is the bomb, boy. I would tell the story how I met her, but she met me when I was it wasn't bad, but we were working for a company that I will not name, and I was really, really upset. And I got to a point, I was like, forget this. I'm about to leave and do my own thing. And I've been gone ever since. But she was just like, she was just like a person that was just really positive and just like, she's amazing. I love her. I'm glad we were able to connect. Where Matthew go? I want to know what the 1, 2, 3 go is. Because I feel like it's something sitting on that. Well, while we're waiting on him to comment, what I think he's saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, but what I think he's saying, or what it makes me think of, is how that accountability piece, that personal accountability piece, is like, you know how you get an idea, and you're like, oh, that's a good idea, but you don't do anything with it, right? You don't write it out. One thing that I say is critical to taking something from idea is putting action to it. So write it out. Get the idea, write it out. Give it an assignment. Like, okay, for instance, and I'm not plugging myself, I'm just using examples. So like when the shirt idea, when God gave me the idea for the shirt, right? What I did was I wrote it out. And then I told somebody about it that had the ability to do something about it. So then they connected me with somebody who knew how to create what was in my head. You can't like have an idea and just be sitting there like, oh, 2020, I thought about this. And it's 2025. Feel like, man, that's a good idea. No, it's not. No, it's not. Somebody else, matter of fact, had the same idea and they did something with it. That's the one thing you can't get with. You can't think that what's on your mind, like there aren't other people thinking the same thing. You have to, I'm not saying be random, but have a strategy, do something, put action, behind the idea so that you, he put up a comment so that you actually can see that thing manifest. Oh, okay. Oh, see? Good. Okay.
Yep.
I was with you.
Yep.
Okay.
Was on point.
Cool. Yeah, but I'm a firm believer in that. Like, if you don't tell anybody, and I'm not saying just anybody, I'm not a person that I don't be on that haters kick. Like, people like, oh, my haters, why are you paying that much attention to your so-called haters?
I know.
I'm gonna say this in this place. People should never feel like I hear people say, oh, I'm motivated by my haters. Why are you motivated by someone who just has an improper vision of themselves? They're not hating you. They're just not aware of the greatness that's within them. That's nothing you should celebrate.
Right.
Like at all. Don't even be motivated by that. That should not even be on your. Now, watch and pray. Now, hold on. Let me back up. Watch and pray.
Okay.
Enemies are real. Okay. There's people that will try to come for your whole life. You need to know who those people are. That's different. I'm talking about these haters that people like, oh my gosh, they all up on my page. Let them come and get some life. I stop blocking people. You know that? I stop blocking people. I stop blocking. You know why? unless you crazy. You on some freaky Jason stuff, you get blocked. That's something. But I don't block people that I feel like, because that's twofold. If you can't handle somebody coming against what you say, you're really not confident in what you're saying. You should be able to stand for and explain, or, be like, yeah, this is what it is what I say, and this is my point of view, and be able and open to hearing what they say. If you need to be cheered on all the time, you're not as confident as you need to be out here. That's number one. Matthew Brown says Satan be creeping. He took me all off my moment. I cannot. I'm so mad. But yeah.
Creep.
Don't be motivated by either. You know what I'm saying? Don't be motivated by either. Be aware, but just keep, stay focused on your path and do what you need to do. Don't even get stuff. That's wasted energy for real. Because at the end of the day, and also don't feel special. If they hating on you, they hating on other people too. You ain't that. You know what I'm saying? It's okay.
You ain't that special.
I mean, you are though, but come on,
Nah, not that special.
Bernard, don't be like that. People are great.
No, people are great, but like to what you were saying, like, I feel that it's, to me, a waste of time. You know what Jay-Z did? I think about maybe 15 years ago. You remember when when Cameron tried to come for Jay-Z and he tried to like put out a diss, and everybody looked at Jay-Z like, what are you gonna do? Jay-Z didn't say nothing. He didn't even acknowledge him. He was like, this dude is not even worth me putting out any bars. And it just killed Cam. Killed him to be like, this dude ignored me. I put forth all this effort going to a studio, writing down these lyrics, having this guy make a beat, and I put all that energy out there, dissed him, and this guy didn't even acknowledge me. Like, whatever, peasant.
You know what would have been sick if Jay-Z would have been like, you're welcome. I hope you produce something. But like I said, I don't get in them little fights. I just don't.
Right. And that's how we gotta be. We have to get to a place to where let people hate. It's cool. It's like, to be honest, I don't need haters to motivate me. You know what I'm saying? I motivate myself. Who said that? I think Maintain said that I'm enough. I'm enough.
I missed that. That was good. Absolutely.
I'm enough. Absolutely. I don't need to have. It's cool to have fans. It's cool to have cheerleaders. Yes, they help me get the ball across the line and up the field. But as far as for haters and stuff, I don't need them to motivate me, to propel me to go to the next level.
That's.
I got too much already going on.
When you take time to entertain that only highlights the insecurity that's in you anyway. Diana Patton, I used to fear haters. Then I stopped letting that bother me. I just stay focused on my journey with my kids. Exactly. Somebody gave me some great advice. They said, maintain your Eden, your garden, what's been entrusted to you, tend to that. If you're busy tending to that, making sure it's fruitful, making sure that it's watered, making sure, it's protected, you're good. You don't have time to worry about anything.
That's right.
Maintain and cultivate your little garden of Eden that you've been entrusted with. I love that. Silence is the best answer. You know what? You know why silence is the best answer? Because nobody can misunderstand what you're saying. I let my silence be all the time.
Bars. Snaps.
You understand my point of view when I say nothing. You understand. It's understood.
You get exactly what I'm saying. Loud and clear.
Explain. Oh my gosh. I have silence. I've mastered that. And it takes discipline because nobody want to be came for. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be tested and challenged and tried. And you get in that, you get in that place where you feel like you have to defend yourself. But in a lot of ways, especially like in business, we've been talking about that a lot. Your product, what you produce, the quality speaks for itself. So I don't have to be my defense. And greater than that, for me, because I'm a believer, God is my defense. I'll let him hash that out with you.
Right. And then another thing too is to understand and realize, and you got to really develop this skill, is to understand when people are hating versus when people are trying to help.
Oh my God.
Hating versus help.
Oh my God.
Sometimes people get it twisted. Sometimes people come to help and they generally mean to help you.
Yeah.
So they come with the word of criticism out of love, but don't get to the point to where it's like, oh, you just hating on me. You don't want to see me be great. Like, no. People want to see you be great, but you don't have to want to have yes men or validation like that. Like, you don't grow from that. And the way you can tell a hater from a helper is that a hater's not going to give you an answer to what they criticize you about.
They just going to point out the faults. You right.
They're going to point out the faults.
There you go.
Yep.
You right.
But if you hear someone that gives you a word of encouragement along with that criticism and also some help, that is somebody you want on your team.
Right.
It may sting, it may hurt. Right.
You're right.
Yes. Yep.
That's good stuff. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, though, what it is that you have to. Sorry, my candle blew out. What you have to do is you have to be open to growth, which means I want the encouragement, but I want the correction too. There has to be a balance. Yep. And so, because the thing, and like you said, I love how you put it, hater or helper. There are so many people. For instance, I was taking pictures because here, let me back up. You have to start where you are, right? You don't start from the peak or the height of excellence. You don't. You start where you are. And then when people see you investing in what it is that you believe in, people will start investing in you. I had somebody hit me up, Daryl Lambert, D Lambert Photography.
Oh yeah.
He is dope. He saw what I was doing. So anytime I had a new item, I would get my kids and I paid them. I ain't do no child labor stuff. I'm your mama. You go mama. It was. So we would, anytime we got new items, put them on, do videos, do whatever. I was working with what I had. Daryl Lambert saw what I was doing and he was like, Key, let's do a professional photo shoot. I said, legit, for real? He was like, yep, meet me at Winton Woods. The bomb photo shoot. It gave it a whole new look, a whole new feel. It took me to the next. And I was open to him saying like, yo, okay, them filters. And I was like, but I be trying, But you know what I'm saying? He saw it and he identified the problem, but offered a solution. That's how you can identify, who's for you or not. And the thing that is key is being able to hear that, because if you like, I got it, I like what I'm doing, or you can't hear or receive from anybody, you're gonna be right where you at next year.
Right.
Next year. Still talking about why can't I break through? Why can't I? That's why. Right there, because you don't want to listen to nobody because you think you got it. So right
there. Listen, I'm trying. I'm gonna be good. Okay.
No, don't. What?
Don't be good.
You gotta save it for backstage. Don't be calling people.
I ain't gotta save it for backstage. I ain't call nobody no names, no nothing.
You
but I feel
don't
I know
say
I say it, but what I feel happens sometimes when it comes to like religious organizations. I'll say that religious organizations
the church.
is
Just
that
say the church.
they okay,
The church.
church folk,
Okay.
they sometimes make the mistake of falling into the hater category, though their heart may be wanting to help, but they're not really helping. Because
How can
what
you
they'll
say
do is
hater and
sometimes is they'll point
helper?
out
You can
is that
no.
they're
No, you just made a distinction between haters and helpers. So stop trying to give us the, the pretty version. You can't be a hater.
all
That's
right, all right, all
yeah,
right. Well, look, truth be told, is
okay.
that the church has sometimes gotten a bad rep because they they hate. You know, they don't offer the solution the way that the solution is meant to be offered. They don't give you a necessary alternative. Prime example. You can't have a preacher go into a strip club and tell a woman to get off the pole because God don't like it.
Why can't you?
And be like, well, because you didn't offer a solution. Because sometimes you got to take the time to be able to listen to a person and hear them out to understand why they're in that situation and in that
I
predicament. That
thought
is
you were
called
saying like
empathy.
a preacher can't go in there to wit. I get what you're saying. Like, oh, just get off
No,
the pole and
right, right.
not offer her a solution. Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm here.
Exactly.
I'm here.
So again, it's all about having that understanding and being able to offer a solution. You just can't just have a person empty-handed. If they were already handling something and then it's like it's not being handled correctly, such as life, such as business, such as finances, such as anything that they may be dealing with, you just don't snatch it out of their hand and leave them empty. You got to replace it with something. So you got to come again with the help, you
Exactly.
know, and it just happens in every facet of your life. It's like when you talk to people, it will help you to have a sense of empathy instead of just looking at that person like, oh, they an idiot, they a fool,
So,
blah
because
blah blah,
the
and that and
is being
huh?
judgmental versus wanting to help. Because a lot of people are doing what
Exactly.
they know how to do. Don't start that conversation.
That's
Diana said, no, he
look.
didn't say that. Yes, he did. He said worse, Diana. Yes, he did say that. He gave the analogy of the stripper on the pole and the preacher. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
But that's real though. That's so real. That's so real. And then I'll make it, I'll make it PG for some people. Some people just got stuff in their teeth. And it just be like instead of them saying, "Hey, you got something in your teeth. Let me get that out for you. Let me get something for you to get that out." They just be
You
like, "You just got." They just look at them and be like, "You got a jacked up smile. Your smile jacked up. Why am I smile jacked up? You ain't gonna help me."
like,
I'm just
I'm not
saying.
gonna help you. Like, let me never mind. Because you were giving an example. I was gonna say I'm
I was
gonna
giving
give
an
you
example.
something to get it out your teeth. I'm not gonna get it out your teeth. It's COVID season, and
But that's true.
I just
That's true. You are
I was
100% right.
I was going too far with that, but Mm.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Hey, listen. I'm being good.
Good job. PG to
Thank
the
you.
real G. I'm so. Do you know Matthew? Is that why in here cutting up? Do you know him?
He knows
Huh?
me well enough.
Okay.
Apparently.
Okay. The only people that come in here and cut up like that are people that you know. Like Josh comes
Hey,
in
listen.
a mess.
Look,
You know what?
I'm as real as they come.
Hey, listen, because it takes too much energy to be anything other than your authentic self. So I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
And then just with being hip, you
Right.
get some 40s, life feel different. Like I ain't gotta hide who I am. Like it, love it, leave it. Just
Mm-hmm.
40s hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Oh my God.
Oh, Matthew. Yvonne knows Matthew. Okay. I just was like, because like I said, people come on here and they get to cutting up, and I'm like, they know somebody. They know one of them.
Right.
I almost said something out loud.
Somebody.
I just got an alert and I almost said something out loud. I'm not ready for that conversation yet. We're not going to talk about that part of the whole new world.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We'll talk about that once later. We'll have another
Later.
session.
Yes, it's gonna be very interesting.
That is.
Yeah.
It is. Just because.
Yep. Exciting.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I'll go after you.
Yeah. Touche.
After you. But no, this has been a great, great conversation. I love all the
This
interaction.
has been.
Nobody jumped on. I didn't see anybody drop links or say, what they do in business. That's okay. If you're a little camera shy, that's cool. We're here every Thursday, 9 p.m. Just be ready next time because we'll still shout you out. We'll still
Still
shout.
shout you out.
Man, oh my
Every
God.
week.
Did we get everybody? Y'all
I think
gotta
so.
when Chris is on, he's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's a whole nother type of show.
It is. It's a whole nother. Oh my gosh. Yes, Diana, and we have to make time for that. I was telling somebody, I was like, I have unintentionally become like a workaholic, and I wasn't meaning to, because like when it's passion, it doesn't feel like work. So you could be sitting at your computer for hours, like, yo, I gotta eat something. Dang, I need to go to the bathroom. I'm so serious. Like you can just get caught up. And so I've been taking time like to steward that part of myself as well. Like, watch a show, Shakina. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or laugh, yes. And guarantee you going to laugh with us because we cut up.
Cut up big time.
Chris will be back celebrating his birthday. He is hilarious. Cool. And he says what everybody else is thinking.
Only the way that Chris can say it.
Only the way that Chris can say it. Bernard, you do too. Y'all have had me on the live more than once where I've like clenched my pearls. And I don't scare easy, but y'all would say whatever. I got to be pushed there. You know what I'm saying? You was gonna come out and say preacher in the strip club.
Look,
you gonna say stuff like that.
Listen, I'm over 40. I ain't got nothing to lose. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody.
And you Bernard out here. Sure.
Exactly. This is it. This is all me. You gonna either love it or you gonna hate it. If you're gonna hate it, hey, no sweat off my back. I'm cool.
You gonna swipe right or swipe left? How about that?
Swipe.
Yep.
Hey.
I'm gonna fight you for real. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Yvonne, for being here. Thanks everybody for being here.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Yes, please. Thank you for following us. Please share, let other people know. We really, like I said, we have laughter and stuff like that, but we educate, empower, and inform. So that's the mission. I'm so glad y'all here. Oh yeah, happy birthday too. Love for Chris. We have to tell him. We're gonna get on the chat. He gonna be mad. We got to amp it up too. We got to be extra with it, Bernard. Like, oh my gosh,
yeah, we do.
Like it was great, but we got to put some sauce on it. So he kind of.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I'm never missing another show. We're gonna have to. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna be. You won't believe who was on the show.
Like, oh Chris, you suck. You missed it. And like, I can't go and celebrate. No. Right. Yeah. Thank you for inviting people. Yes. And again, like I said, please next time, yes, please invite Rita. I love her. That's somebody else. She was actually my supervisor. She was the reason I stayed at that job as long as I did, because she was just amazing. Yes. This
is dope. So spread the love.
So YouTube, we have to talk about our YouTube page where you can go and see previous episodes, see things that we talked about.
Yes.
Everything only from season 2, right, Bernard?
Oh, yeah, only season 2. It's still a fresh page, but we're growing. I mean, we've been at this for a little over a year now.
Yeah.
Right? Or coming up on a year. One of those two.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Us, and I love you and Chris. Y'all are amazing, man. I do. I know. I
love you too.
I tell y'all I love y'all all the time. I know y'all probably be like, okay, Shakina, you love us. But I do. I love you. That's one of my favorite.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
Thanks, guys. Sure. Yes. So we'll be back next Thursday. Same time, same place.
Same channel.
I Dr. Seuss did at the end. Did you hear it?
You sure did. Yeah, you got bars.
Do I have
Dr.
bars?
Seuss did. Yeah, you got bars. I think you got bars.
Oh no, we got to put it to music then. Then that's when I will believe I have bars.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I got to hear it to music. Don't be no hype man. Tell me.
Oh no, for sure. No. I'm not a hype person. If anything, I'd be like, it was cool.
Oh, No, when somebody does something that they shouldn't have, you have to say, "Oh, you shouldn't have." It's like let them think about it later.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
you
true. I
shouldn't.
like that. Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, please
Have.
don't.
Love you. I still see the comments coming up. That's so funny.
Yeah, they still dropping them
This
comments.
is so live, y'all. We'll be back. We want to see y'all
All
faces
right, y'all. Yeah,
next time.
jump into convos next
Yeah.
time. Peace.
Later.